You look like you jamming out.
I am, dude. I'm so fucking. I'm so hyped up on G Fuel right now. Holy crap! Like literally.
So, what's your favorite G Fuel so far? Why not?
Ooh, favorite G Fuel.
Since we're on the topic of G Fuel.
Since we're on the topic of G Fuel, yeah. Honestly, I would probably say Phaseberry's my favorite.
Phaseberry? Okay, all right. Fair enough, fair enough. All right, so to get on with the show and whatnot, I hope everybody's will soon be coming in soon and whatnot. I want to introduce ChefSwag06 to the third episode of the Prodigies podcast. Believe it or not, we did a voting system within the organization in the very beginning of trying to come up with the name of the podcast, and your podcast name was actually the winner of that.
I did notice that. I'm not good at a lot of things, but there's one thing I'm good at. It's naming stuff.
Yeah, it was a good name. When I seen it, I was like, oh, snap, okay, right. It was close with another name. I forget what it was. Party Space or something like that. I forget. I gotta look back in the Discord and look at that for a minute. You also entered into the G Fuel Small Streamer contest, something like that.
Yes, it was the Gamers Got Talent competition that was being. Yeah, it was hosted by G Fuel, Steel Series, and somebody else. Can't remember.
Okay. And how far did you get in that?
Unfortunately, I did not make it into round 2. I got an email a few days ago saying that I didn't make it into the next round, and I was like, well, dang. That sucks.
Do you know how they went about that with like the whole voting system of it?
Yeah, what's funny is they weren't really very clear on how that whole thing worked out. Like, they just were like, here, submit your video, and if we like your submission video, we can make it into round 2 of the challenges. And even then, they didn't really specify what the round 2 challenges would be. So I was like, okay, so I guess we'll just make a video and see what happens.
But I mean, like, your video wasn't bad at all. It was actually very, very good and well edited. Which is why I was just like, okay, maybe he could actually get it and whatnot. But
so exactly, the whole thing was so strange. I don't know exactly what they're looking for the competition, what they were looking for from the submission videos, but oh well, I guess I'll find out at some point.
You'll get that sponsorship the harder way and whatnot. You know?
Exactly. We're not taking any easy route here. No. We don't like easy.
It was a good try. It was a good try getting in that spot though. It was a good try.
I would say so.
If you could, excuse me. So how do you feel about being on the podcast for the first time? Whatnot. I believe that this is your first podcast, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the first 2 with Sin and Wonder Woman, and so I'm here now, and I'm like, okay, this is well, I was a little nervous going into it because I'm like, I don't know, I've never really sat down and been interviewed before unless it was for a job, and this is just like we're literally just sitting having a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
So after that, I was just like, what do I have to be nervous about? So
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm glad to hear. That makes me happy. For the crowd out there who don't know who you are and whatnot, give yourself a little plug where to find you at on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc., etc.
Easy. That's twitch.tv/ChefSwag06, youtube.com/ChefSwag06, Instagram.com/ChefSwag06, Twitter.com/ChefSwag06. Am I missing anything? I don't think I am. I think that's it.
Yep. Okay, so if you could be anywhere in the world for vacation, where would it be?
For a vacation?
Yeah, for a vacation.
You know, honestly, I'm not really too picky when it comes to vacations. I'm probably picking somewhere that I could sit on a beach, have a margarita. You know, Cabo actually sounds pretty good now that I think about it.
Okay. Right.
Cabo, Huntington Beach, one of those two. I just love the beach. I love hot weather.
Okay. What is your most favorite vacation that you've been in? Because I know you travel and whatnot. You do go on vacations from time to time.
Yeah, I think my most favorite vacation I've taken is not really too far away from where I currently am. It's Southern California. Me and my dad, we went and spent a whole weekend down in Southern California. We visited my sister in Malibu because she's going to Pepperdine University. We went and spent a couple days at Huntington Beach because why the heck not? It's Huntington Beach. It's amazing. And I actually went and saw Venice Beach for the first time as well. I had never been there. Like, I'd always drove by it, but never actually went there. That is a very interesting place, with a lot of very interesting characters, let me tell you.
Wow. Are you close with your family?
Very close. As a matter of fact, I have a tattoo for each member of my family, at least like within like the circle. So I got my dad on my right shoulder, my mom on my left, my brother's on my right forearm, and my sister's on my left forearm.
Wow. Okay. So how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 siblings. I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
Okay.
So I'm the oldest of 3.
Wow. And your younger brother, I remember you promoting his Twitch as well. He just started as well?
Yeah, so my brother, he was kind of like casually streaming on Mixer for a while, but it wasn't really anything serious. And now because of quarantine and him getting let off his job and he's starting to take Call of Duty a lot more seriously again, he reached out to me and was like, hey, could you help me set me up on Twitch, like through Streamlabs and the channel and everything? I was like,
wow.
Yeah, sure, I got you. So I got him all set up there. He doesn't really live in the best area for internet, so he does suffer from a lot of lag still. But it's a work in progress. Like, I'm still helping him out with every question he's got. He's not the most technologically savvy guy. He's what you would call a redneck. Wow. So he doesn't he doesn't really know a whole lot about computers.
Oh my god.
So literally when I have to explain stuff to him, I literally have to dumb it down to the point where, like, I'm trying to talk to somebody who doesn't know anything about computers. Actually, New Liar is the one that has also been helping him, and he's doing the same thing. Like, he's got to literally explain every single detail to him. But I love the heck out of him, so it's no big deal.
Oh, that is great. I love it. Give me a second. Let me get some questions in my hand real quick.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, so out of the 2 siblings and whatnot, who's your favorite between us?
Oh man, you can't. No, you can't do that to me.
Oh man,
I am very proud of both of them and what they are doing.
Okay, for the audience, what do you do for a living?
I am currently a sous chef at a healthcare facility, not too far away from where I live here in Sacramento.
Okay, all right. For those who don't know the chain of command in the culinary industry, what is a sous chef?
So basically, sous chef means that I'm in charge when our executive is not there. Basically, like I'm calling the shots, but at the same time, like, if our exec has other ideas, then obviously his word over mine.
So basically second in command.
Mm-hmm. I am the co-captain of the kitchen.
Yep. Oof. What a title.
I know.
If you could give any advice to any new streamer out there, whether it be on Mixer, YouTube, Facebook Gaming, Twitch, what would you tell them?
Any advice to a new streamer? That's an interesting one because me personally, I really don't feel like there is necessarily any right or wrong way to go about streaming as long as you stay within like TOS, obviously. Mm-hmm. But as far as like promoting yourself, setting a schedule, stuff like that, like there's no right or wrong way to do it because there's guys like me who I have a dead set schedule on what games I'm playing, what time I'm going live, what time I'm logging off, and it works for me. But I've also seen people have success streaming where they pretty much start streaming whenever the heck they feel like it. They don't really promote themselves a lot, or they promote themselves like through the roof. Like they're posting every hour on the hour on Twitter, like, hey, I'm still live, by the way. Or, so I don't know. I think the best advice I could give for anybody that's trying to get into streaming is just try and make it you. Like, don't try and be the next Tim the Tap Man. Don't try and be the next Nade Shot. Just try and be you. Because if you try and be somebody else, everybody's already seen that. Like, that's already a thing. Just try and make a product out of yourself, your personality, and your gameplay.
That's some good advice, man. That's really good advice, actually.
Thank you.
I see. I love your background that you have, and whatnot. I personally have been trying to stop by everybody's stream, including yours. From time to time, I miss and whatnot, and I know you. From time to time, you will change it up and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
If you could pick anything in the back, what would it be to showcase it and whatnot? If you could.
Ooh, to showcase it. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm gonna show off this one because this was an impulse buy.
Getting him off his chair.
Right. So here's the little story behind this guy.
Oh my god, that is so dope.
This is, I'm not even kidding, straight metal. This was an impulse buy that I got when I was in my partying days back when I was a lot younger. This is the official beer pong title that we had for my house.
Pong
official
title.
Beer pong champion. I'm not even like this. Wow. I'm not even kidding. This was an impulse buy because I believe we were having a beer pong tournament going on, and obviously me and my group of friends were all super big wrestling fans, and somebody had the idea like, dude, we should totally get like a house beer pong title. And me, I was a lot of drinks deep, and I was just like, I got this, guys. I went online and I found this, and I don't know if I should say how much I spent on this, but it wasn't cheap.
Wow. Has anybody been trying to steal that title away from you?
There was one instance where somebody tried to swipe it from me when I was drunk, and I was like, yeah, no, buddy, unless you got the money for it, you ain't taking this.
Wow. How much did it cost?
All right. Well, if we're going to ask how much it costs, it was about $250.
Okay. That's not that. I thought that was going to be way more than that. Cause like that looks super fancy.
Oh, it is. It's got it's actual leather, actual metal, everything.
That is so cool. Wow. I was expecting like the Loot Crate box in the back right there, or excuse me, not Loot Crate box, but the Loot Crate tick and whatnot, or some other stuff.
Oh,
like the
yeah,
Mickey
no,
Mouse.
this guy's cool too.
Yeah, I expected something like that, but wow, that beer pong champ. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I love it. That's great. Is there anything you wish you could improve on as a streamer, or that you want to improve on as a streamer?
Ooh, confidence, 100%. Because what I put out on camera, it's not always the best me. There's a lot of times where I'm coming in and I either just had a bad day at work. Somebody said something to me that didn't really set well, and it kind of shoots my confidence a little bit going into the stream, and I'm not able to bring that same energy. And that's just something that personally I feel like I'm still working on, is not letting just little things like that gets me to shoot my confidence and bring me down, and just always bring this same energy that you're seeing right now to every single stream.
Okay, all right. Do you prep talk yourself into getting back that energy, even being knocked down and whatnot with harsh words or a bad day at work? What do you do?
So to kind of like get myself back in the right mental state before stream, I'll kind of like just, because I'm usually off work about like an hour or two before I start streaming, so I'll just sit there on my couch. I'll put on a podcast, or I'll put on some like nice relaxing sauna music. I know that sounds a little weird, but that is, and I'm not even kidding, guys. Like I don't even know what the playlist name is on Spotify, but it is just like zen, dude. Okay, so it gets me relaxed, it gets me in the right mindset, and then after that I'll just try my best to bring that energy back when I get on stream.
Okay, all right, that's a really good answer. For those who don't know or work in the culinary industry or the restaurant industry in general, sometimes things can get very stressful. So from a chef to another, I totally understand. I totally get that, because I myself do the same thing as well and whatnot. So wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand like what you see in TV shows like Hell's Kitchen. Like, yeah, that does get kind of extreme sometimes, but that's pretty much how every kitchen is that you work in. It is a very high stress work environment, and it is not easy. I mean, you think like, oh, all you gotta do is just cook food, like and send it out there. How hard can that be? It ain't that easy. No. It's you gotta deal straight up with the complaints about the food. You gotta deal with somebody yelling in your ear all the time. It's tough.
And then it's not only the executive chefs or another juice chef as well. Sometimes you gotta deal with the cooks that work with you right next to you and stuff like that as well. That give you attitude and whatnot. So trust me,
I cannot tell you.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, I know, dude. I'm right there with you. Straight up. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you first joined OP?
I do. I remember that night very well, actually.
Wow,
I
really?
stayed up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was probably a big highlight in my streaming career. Was when that happened. I remember it specifically because I think I streamed about an hour later than I initially intended to do, just to get everything signed up and ready to go for me to be a part of the organization. But yeah, I remember it. I remember that I was playing Call of Duty World War II, and I was just chilling that night. Like, I didn't even have my squad with me that night. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be streaming that night. I just kind of hopped in and was like, you know what? While I'm here playing COD World War II, let's just start streaming. And then sure enough, that's when I got recruited.
Wow. That's big. That's big. I was just going to ask you, do you remember how you feel as well? But clearly you do. You do, which is nice. That's awesome. I'm really happy to hear that. Okay. So for those who don't know, right? We have sat down and been in talks about your comp career and the direction that you wish to take it in. Just to let everybody know the direction that you wish to take it in. I believe it was Gears 5. This is why you want, where you want to take it. Why do you want to take it there? Why do you want to take it to Gears 5?
So the reason why I'm going to stick with Gears 5 is because that's just a game that naturally I'm really good at. It doesn't matter how pissed off I get at the game and how, broken the rank system is, all this. We can go down a long list of reasons why there's issues with Gears 5. But the more I thought about it, and also due to the unfortunate circumstances with the Apex Legends comp scene, I thought that it would just be better if I went back and started focusing on Gears 5, just because it's a lot easier for me to play well in that game and not completely lose my mind. The competitive scene is pretty much always going to be there with how big the game is in the Latin American community. And as far as like recruiting and getting teams together, they have a website for that. They've got a Discord for that. So it's just, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, I just need to go back and start focusing Gears 5 and not be a little pansy about it. Because the reason I initially quit was because I just got too dang frustrated with the game. Like, I was getting mad at the rank system. That's not my fault. I'm getting mad at teammates that aren't my fault. I'm just like, dude, I'm losing my mind about stuff that I shouldn't be losing my mind about. Like, I know I'm a good player. Why am I getting mad at these things I can't control? So that's basically the reason why.
Okay. So with all the tools that are at hand for you and whatnot, like Discord and websites and whatnot, you're going to try to invest in looking at for teammates and whatnot, getting everybody put together and set out for a team for Gears 5, correct?
That is correct, yes. I'm going to try, before I get into the competitive side of it, I'm going to try and get myself up to at least a respectable rank in the game, just because, it'll be a little bit easier for me to recruit people if I'm a little bit higher of a rank than I currently am now, because I think I'm like Silver 3 now. And if you're a Silver 3 player trying to recruit like Gold, Diamond, Onyx players, they're probably just going to look at you and be like, yeah, okay, bud, we're not doing that. Yeah.
Try to carry you and stuff like that. You want to hold your own weight.
Right.
That makes sense. That's respectable. That's kind of what you want, especially in that kind of scene. You want to make sure you are playing with people at the same level or better, to a degree. Oh, that's
absolutely
respectable. So on Apex, how far did you get on ranked?
Ooh, so on Apex, I definitely grinded that game pretty hard when I was trying to get into the comp scene for that game. I was able to get up to Platinum. I don't remember where in Plat. I ended up finishing before the rank split. But yeah, I think as far as the rank went, I got up to Platinum, and for the most part, I was just solo queuing because... Yeah,
that's
I mean,
horrible.
that was honestly the big reason why it was so frustrating for me, because I play on PC, and I don't really have a whole lot of people on my Origins account for PC, as opposed to when I'm playing Apex on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. But for the competitive scene, I had to kind of focus on PC because that's where all the tournaments are. So
Okay.
I every now and then I would have one of my friends join me for ranked, but I could never find somebody on PC that was as dedicated to going into a ranked run as I was, and it just kind of got a little frustrating.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I myself decided to dabble in Apex just a little bit, just for the shits and giggles. You in a sense, you kind of inspired me to play it a little more because I was just like, oh, he looks like he's having a good time. I want to try it. All my friends are playing. They're starting third, but just like you, I got up the plot basically solo. Playing with randoms, and with randoms, it's just the worst, man. So I totally get where you're coming from. Yeah, it's just horrible. Like you think that people who work that high up and whatnot would actually be able to, communicate better with you, maybe play better and whatnot, but it's not.
You think they'd have a little bit of brains, but
yeah, just a little bit. It's like, why'd you make that push for? Oh my god.
Right. Yeah, and just to clarify, like I still love the heck out of Apex. Like Apex, Gears of War, Call of Duty, still top 3 favorite games for me, but it's just, it gets too much to try and keep solo queuing on that game that I can't work up the motive to play it as much as I used to.
Yep. And there's you wish people could be able to grind as much as you, but life gets in the way sometimes.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's why you got to think about it sometimes. Yeah. So Warzone, you've been playing it a lot with Nular and the crew. What are your thoughts on Warzone so far?
All right, so Warzone, I have a very strong opinion on this game.
Oh my god, I can't wait to hear this.
So I'm a little more tolerant of Warzone now, but I tell you what, the first 2-3 months that game was out, I could not stand it. Like I still get frustrated on it every time I play it, but I'm a little bit more tolerant of it now because I know what to expect. But holy crap, every time I load it into Warzone, I'm getting RPG'd from across the map. Wow. I'm getting this hacker that's sniping me from the 5th story of this building all the way across downtown. I'm getting C4'd from across the corner when I'm just trying to drive the heck out of there. And oh my god, it was so much of a headache, but for whatever reason, it was still a little bit fun to play. At least it was fun enough to play to where I would keep going back. And man, I'm not saying it's the worst battle royale I've ever played, but it was very, very frustrating to play for sure. We still dabble in Warzone every now and then, but I think for the most part, me, my brother, New Liar, we're kind of over Warzone now.
I was gonna say, you guys play it at least once, twice a week or something like that?
So we now play Call of Duty 3 times a week as of right now. And initially when we started doing that for my schedule and for New Liar's schedule, it was we were gonna do multiplayer on Thursday and Friday, and then Warzone on Wednesday, because my cousin, who's kind of the 4th in our squad, he still likes Warzone, but that's also because he's a little bit of a camper.
But I mean, Warzone's way more fun than pubs. So much more fun.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I personally, I don't really do a whole lot of pubs multiplayer. Me and the guys were doing the CDL playlist. I know it's not actually, it's not actually a ranked, but it's probably
it's the closest thing.
God, can you imagine if that was a ranked?
I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I wish I had a ranked, because then I would go back.
I know. What's sad is I don't understand how Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer or Warzone doesn't have a ranked, but you go to Call of Duty Mobile and their multiplayer and Battle Royale both have a ranked. I don't understand that.
What are your thoughts on the mobile game? Why not? Since you brought it up, what are your thoughts in general of mobile games in general? Why not?
Okay, so mobile games in general, I do like them for when I'm traveling, but I'm not really too much of a mobile gamer. I think they're fun. And if I'm gonna be honest, Call of Duty Mobile is probably like the most fun I've had with a mobile game in a long time. Other than I think Gears Pop was the other one that I played.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, both those games are fun. But again, like I think for me, just mobile gaming personally, like I can only play so much of it. Like I think I grinded on Gears Pop for like the first week that it came out, and then after that, I was just kind of over it. Same with Call of Duty Mobile.
What are your thoughts on the moment they dropped? Well, not, I think it was the moment they dropped. The moment they dropped Call of Duty Mobile, that people were going out looking for players to become pro Call of Duty Mobile gamers or some shit like that for their team and whatnot. Did you know about that?
I did hear about that, and they did just recently start up an esports event for COD Mobile.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think the prize pool for it is $1 million.
What?
Yeah, yeah, for a mobile game. But that's kind of the day and age we live in now. Is that every single game that comes out, whether it be on mobile, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, if it looks like it has any sort of chance to start taking off in the esports industry, people are just going to jump right on it. I mean, look at when Apex Legends first came out. All of a sudden, all these organizations like 100 Thieves, Optic Gaming, Team Envy, like they're all just putting posts out there like looking for players for a professional Apex team. A lot of these organizations are doing the same thing again for Valorant now. It's just it doesn't matter what the game is. If it looks like it has any sort of chance to start up in esports and start being successful in an esports, people are just going to jump right on it.
Okay, I feel on that. Let me see. If you if you can have lunch with any OP member within the roster, who would it be?
That doesn't include a romantic dinner with you, does it?
No, I mean, we could have something one day, but
all right, we'll talk about this off the podcast.
Yeah,
it's okay. Just disregard this. Disregard chat. Any OP member, if I could have a sit down dinner with them, man, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them for sure. I feel like Tweak would be really fun for sure.
Yeah.
Tweak would be fun because me and him talk wrestling all the time. No, I feel like me and him can literally sit down, have a brewski, and talk about wrestling for probably like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
So I'd say if I had to pick one, it'd be him.
And y'all both do commentary on WE games, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So right. So we actually once a week we have our wrestling shows where we basically we took the WWE 2K19 roster, and it's WWE 2K19 because literally 2K20 was so broken that we couldn't even play it.
Wow.
And we split up the rosters in a draft format between our two shows, and we kind of have our own like weekly wrestling shows that we do on stream, kind of like they do with like Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown in real life. And it's kind of fun because we literally just sit there and we pretend to be like the GM of the show. We'll initiate trades. We'll release people into our free agent list. We'll take people off our free agent list. It's honestly a lot of fun. Like, it makes you feel like you're a legitimate general manager of a wrestling show.
That's really cool. To go to a different topic. That's kind of similar. So I believe twice now, or maybe it has been once, but I think it was twice now. You've been the caster for tournaments. I think our first one was Apex, right? With you?
Yes, I think I've only done it once, and it was for the Apex Legends tournament. Okay. I don't think I did the other one.
Because I know the first one was with Drew, who was a guest member and whatnot, and I think the second one was with you. So as a podcaster, at that moment in time, how did it feel? Because I know it lasted like 8 hours, if I'm correct.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Yeah, no, I remember very well that day. First of all, I went into that very excited because that I have always just wanted to be like a sportscaster of some sort. Like I love the idea of being the voice behind the action is just, it's such a cool concept for me. Is I feel like it's just in my blood to do it. So I was very excited to hop on that opportunity. And yeah, 8 hours later, I did not have a voice because I was just bringing the hype the entire time. I remember going to dinner with my family after the whole tournament was done, and they're like, "Why are you not talking?" I'm like, "I just got done casting an Apex tournament for 8 hours. My voice hurts. Leave me alone."
And how did that? How did excuse me? Does your family support you doing gaming and streaming and stuff like that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I know that my mom does tune into my streams every now and then.
What?
Yeah, my mom tunes into my streams every now and then, but she doesn't engage in the chat because she doesn't want to, excuse me, she doesn't want to be that mom.
What?
Yeah, no, like straight up, she's like, I don't want to embarrass you in chat, and I'm just like, okay,
But that
like
would
I
be
don't think.
so cool. What?
Yeah, right. If Mama Swag just came into the chat and started engaging with everybody, gosh.
What? That would be so awesome, dude. Oh
I know, but yeah. I think my dad is really the only one that like doesn't really watch my streams or anything like that, just because he's very old fashioned. He still doesn't understand how this whole thing works. I kid you not, guys. I think I've explained to my dad about 15 different times how Twitch works and like how I make money from this and whatnot, and he still doesn't get it.
Wow.
He's a very old school guy, like just work hard and just I don't really know how else to put it except that he doesn't understand how I can make money playing video games, basically.
Yeah, I think the older generation, they haven't quite gotten in tune with that quite yet, so they don't quite understand it as much as we do, or they haven't really like stepped foot in it to try and see or try and comprehend it, which is okay. It happens from time to time. I did have a question, but I kind of forgot what it was, so we're just gonna move on to the next one.
Okay.
I know I'm horrible. If you ever had a meet and greet, right? Who would your top 5 people that you would want to be there, like viewer wise? If you can name them all.
Okay, so like we're saying like this is my meet and greet. Like let's just put an example like at a TwitchCon, like my meet and greet. Who from my community would I want to be there?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
Like let's say like the same concept and whatnot. Let's say we're at a TwitchCon, right? And you have your own booth, or you start a meet and greet and whatnot. If you can imagine anybody within your community who are regulars, who communicate with you and whatnot, you just tweet it out, hey guys, if you guys are here, I'm doing this and a third. Who would your top 5 that you would want honestly to be there, if they could just out of the blue have like $1 million can be there?
Okay. Hang on a sec. $1 million. I'm taking them somewhere so they can give me a little bit of money.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, I gotta show love to at least a couple of my number 1 mods. Mr. Wayne, definitely. I would want to be there. My buddy Joron, who I was friends with IRL for a while, I would hope that he would want to be there. Jack Crimson, he's a pretty cool guy as well. I feel like he's another guy I could probably talk wrestling with for hours and hours and hours and just never get bored. Let's see, who else do I know that's a regular there that isn't really a streamer themselves?
Let's just try just people like who are viewers and whatnot.
Yeah. I know there's a couple others. They haven't really been there for a while, but I'd probably say Toxic Mermaid and $1 Million Girl as well. Wow. They were kind of, they were OGs of my chat, but they both started new jobs and got really busy, and I'm pretty sure one of them is working in healthcare right now, so I don't know how she's doing with all that. But yeah, like those 2 girls were like OGs in my chat for a long time. And I miss them both dearly, but it's life sometimes. It gets in the way, but I love them and miss them, and I would definitely want to hang out with them.
Wow, Wow, Toxic Mermaid, $1 million. Wow, I remember them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
Wow, wasn't Toxic working with you at one point as well, or no?
No,
I might be thinking of someone
she.
else.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't. I know who you're talking about too, but I can't remember what their name was. But yeah, Toxic was. I think she still works in healthcare from last time I talked to her, but I think she lives in like Tennessee or something.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Um, do you have a favorite restaurant that you like going to? Yeah, bro. Listen, I'm gonna hit you with some different questions.
Oh man, how fancy are we talking about with this restaurant?
Okay, so let's give 3 different price ranges.
3 different price ranges. Okay.
Cheap, medium, and expensive.
Okay. Well, if we're going cheap, I would probably say Taco Bell for sure.
Taco Bell. Oh
Hey
my
man, that's
God.
cheap as hell, dude.
Yep.
I mean, I guess this is kind of on a little bit of a cheaper end, but I kid you not, dude. I probably eat here, like 4 or 5 times a week, and I don't know how I do, but Chipotle, hands down.
Yo, Chipotle is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
my
eat at
God.
Chipotle at
Love
least
Chipotle.
5 times a week, and I'm like, dang, I'm gonna lose my money off this. Like, I might as well buy stock.
Wow.
But all-time favorite restaurant that I've ever been to, and it is very expensive, and I've only been there twice because you have to be part of an exclusive group of people to get in there, which luckily I know some people that were able to get me in there, and that was Club 33 in Disneyland.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Been to Club 33 twice. That was easily some of the best food I have ever had. Hands down.
Wow. Illuminati confirmed, for real. Wow. That's big. That's really big, bro.
Right? Like, I heard that I had the opportunity to go there, and I was like, you serious? Like, yeah, I'm taking it, but wow.
Did you pay for it, or did your friend pay for it, or the person who invited you or got you in?
I paid for a little bit the second time. The first time I think first time we went, I was like 17 or 18, still working in a pizza place, so I didn't really have money.
How expensive was the dish? And what did you get, if you remember?
I think the first time, man, what did I get the first? I don't remember what I got the first. I think the second time I got some sort of ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing I got. I don't know why I got it actually, but yeah,
had to be about the movie.
It had to have been something. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, from what I understand, from what I remember, that was really good. I think we had like a tomato soup for a starter, and I was just thinking, oh, this is just your basic tomato soup. And I tried it, and I'm like, I need to know the recipe for this because this is easily the best tomato soup I have ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know what they put in it. They probably could have roofied it for all I know, and it was probably still would have been good.
Oh my God. Oh Lord. Next question. If you could go back in time and give yourself advice about streaming, what would it be?
Don't treat this like a full-time job right off the bat. That was something that I was doing when I first started streaming, and it got me very frustrated very fast because obviously I wasn't seeing any numbers. I had no viewers for like the first year I was streaming.
Wow.
And I was getting very easily frustrated and almost quit a couple times because I was going into this with the mentality of, I'm going to be able to do this full time. Like, this is going to be easy. People are just going to come flooding into my chat, and this is going to be like a cakewalk. I'm going to be able to make this full time within a year. And that didn't happen. So if I could go back in time and give myself some advice, I'd just be like, dude, treat this like a hobby, because this is exactly what it is. It's a fun hobby that you're doing that obviously you hope to make a full-time job one day, but it's not guaranteed that you're going to. So just go in and have some fun with it.
Okay, all right. That's very true. A lot of people make that misconception, like saying in the chat right now saying that he had to learn that way too, and even in podcast, our last episode, he even mentioned that as well. That's kind of funny though. But a lot of people again make that misconception of, yeah, I'm gonna get into this, yeah, I'm gonna make some money out of this. No, it
Oh, I
takes
know.
time and people who are generous enough to give. That's how it works.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, and depending on who you are, that could take a year, that could take 5 years. Like, basically, the only people that make it on Twitch and YouTube right away already had some sort of fame prior to this. Like, they were a celebrity
hmm
outside of streaming, they were a very well known esports athlete, and they just got into streaming, and boom, were successful right away. But other than that, like, you got to work your way up.
Yep. That's sad, but it's super true.
Hmm.
If you could have any big name sponsor, what would your top three be?
Top three big sponsors. Ooh.
It could be
Well,
anything.
I think number one would definitely have to be a little bit of G Fuel here. Sour Pixel Potion, by the way, delicious. Number two, I'd probably say having Elgato as a sponsor
Okay,
would be
all
pretty
right.
cool because I use Elgato for everything. Like, obviously, I've got the capture card, the Stream Deck, and just about everything you can ask for. So I think having Elgato as a sponsor would be pretty cool to have one day. And let's see. I think honestly, I would have to say that Astro headsets would be another one
Wow. Okay.
because
All right.
I'm not even kidding. Like, I didn't use Astro headsets before this one, and this is easily my favorite headset I've ever had. Like, I was using Turtle Beach for a long time.
Mhm.
I think I got like a generic like Walmart brand headset before having my Turtle Beach, and so I've always been a little bit on the cheaper end with headsets, but I definitely spent the money on the right headset with this one. So I think being sponsored by Astro would be pretty cool because I know they sponsor a lot of like big streams and big esports
Mhm.
tournaments. So it'd be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, that's some good. That's some good picks, man. That's some good picks. I agree with all of them because I know for myself as well. I would aim for them as well. So previous question goes back to giving yourself advice as a streamer, but instead of as a streamer, as just a person in general, your IRL life and whatnot. If you could give yourself advice on life a little bit, what would you give yourself?
Give myself some advice a little bit. All right, so we're gonna hop in this time machine, go all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little bit of life advice here. Learn to control your emotions. I even to this day, I can still be kind of a little bit of a loose cannon, depending on the toxicity of the chat or like whoever I'm playing with, or the depending on how well I'm doing at the game. Learn to be just a little bit more calm and collective because I'm definitely getting a lot better at that. But let me tell you, like even 2-3 years ago when I first started streaming, and when I was in the middle of streaming, like I would have somebody come into my chat and just spout out something that would piss me off, and I would retaliate, and I would like look back at that and be like, dude, why would you like don't give them that satisfaction to knowing that they just got under your skin like that, like because people are gonna watch that again and be like, dude, he didn't even say that much, like it's that easy to get under this guy's skin, come on. I'm gonna go in there right now and call him something stupid. So I would say just try and control your emotions better. That would be my advice to myself.
Okay, that's fair advice. Um, so I am. I want to ask more questions, but I kind of want to aim it towards the chat. Do you guys have any questions for him? Anything that you guys would like to ask him and whatnot?
What do you got,
us know.
chat? What do you
We
got?
got time. We got time. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Which I'm surprised. I'm surprised you guys haven't been spamming Chef Swag with questions. This is a first. Wow.
And I was expecting something hard hitting, and this
Wow.
is just man, this is not hard hitting. I mean, I do see a question that if you scroll up a little bit, that Sir is asking both of us.
Oh, snap. I must have missed that. I'm so sorry.
Ah, you good?
Hey guys, in your personal opinion, what is the most competitive game out there right now, excluding Call of Duty? I think.
Yikes.
You go first. I gotta think about my question or my answer.
Okay. Most competitive game out there excluding COD. Man, I would honestly have to say that Valorant is definitely the most competitive game out there right now. I feel like it's because it's very new that's the reason why.
Mm-hmm.
But I kid you not, like I have a personal friend of mine as well as a few streamers that I watch that are playing Valorant constantly, and they're trying to get into the competitive scene and they're grinding ranked, and they're just literally pulling their hair out because these kids are so sweaty on this game, and it is so ridiculous.
It's very much like CS:GO. Even I believe
Yes.
I had a conversation with someone that said even the devs were pointing out that it's basically CS:GO mixed with Overwatch and whatnot.
Right,
It's
and I
very
think
much like that.
yeah, and I think because of the success of CS:GO from a competitive esports standpoint, because even to this day, CS:GO esports is still one of the top.
Yep.
So I think because of that, people are looking at Valorant and they're like, this has the potential of being the same thing. Like, why not try and be one of those top CS:GO pros, but be one of those top Valorant pros and get that big money, you know?
Yep. Exactly. So question from Sim: what's your favorite steak cut, and how do you have your steak? So what do you like? Ribeye, porterhouse, medium well, mid rare. That's what he's asking.
Honestly, I'm not really too picky when it comes to my food. I will literally eat or at least try anything. But I think my favorite is just your basic flank steak, and I usually have my stuff either medium rare or rare. If it's well
Okay.
done, it has no taste, so don't even put that near me.
Okay. All right. I feel that. I feel that. I prefer my medium, but that's besides the point. Uh,
That's fine too.
let's see. Let's see. I already asked that. What is your big streaming goal this year? What is your goal this year, basically?
Um, so big goal this year. I would say, well, I mean, my initial goal was to reach 1,000 followers, and I'm almost there now, almost.
Yeah, so
But
close.
I know I'm getting damn close, but I think my my number one goal that I made prior to this year is I want to work towards getting a sponsorship of some sort. I don't care if, like who it is, but I want to try and work and getting sponsored by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the goal that I set for me this year, aside from like follower count, sub counts, and stuff like that.
My advice from me to you, and whatnot. Uh, you want to be very picky on who uh you let sponsor you, and whatnot. Just a heads up because does become a different world, and you get to see some pretty ugly things if you're not careful. That's my advice to you.
Oh, I do not doubt that.
I've
Yep.
seen a couple things, and I'm just like, oh, rip contract. I don't want to do this anymore. So
Yep.
just be careful. From my advice to you, whatnot. Since
Thank you for that
have said
advice. Oh
that.
yeah, it's still business, so it still gets a little dicey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, let me see the chat because I'm blind and I don't have my glasses on.
Oh man,
I know I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old.
I feel that.
Okay, who do you got your eye on the most for starting sponsor? For a starting sponsor.
For a starting sponsor, oof. Honestly, like I haven't really been looking around too much. Like once I got into that G Fuel competition, I was just like, okay, well, I mean, let's see what happens here. Because I mean, if I get that sponsorship, then I think I'm pretty much set for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I pretty much ever since I didn't make it to round 2 of that, I pretty much kind of stopped looking around. So I don't know. I think just something that would personally benefit my stream, whether it be like computer parts or like keyboard mouse brands. It's just something that would make sense for my streams personally. Like hell, even just like an energy drink sponsor that maybe isn't that well known, like, because I'm obviously like bringing the energy all the time, so
Mm.
I feel like that would also make sense. But yeah, I mean, just I'm not really looking around too much. I would say just something along those lines that would make sense, because I'm not gonna go out there and get sponsored by, I don't know, something silly like a basket weaving company, you know?
Wow, that was left. That was totally left. Man, you'd be surprised, man. Anybody will do anything for sponsors. Um, I did have a question. It was a really good question. Damn, I gotta write these questions down more often.
Yeah, man.
I know. I'm getting old, dude. I'm getting old, man. Um, damn. No, I had a good question. I'm trying to think of it now. Whatnot. Lord help me, God. Yeah, I blame Chef Swag because he's so funny. Why don't you give yourself another plug right now until I could think of another question and whatnot.
Another plug here.
Where can they find you, brother?
You can find me at twitch.tv/chefswag06, youtube.com/chefswag06, instagram.com/chefswag06, twitter.com/chefswag06. And if you want to follow me on all of those platforms, then, well, I'm just going to basically send you a personally handwritten letter that says I love you and my signature.
Oh my God. You know, it's a really good thing that you have. It's so easy to find you. A lot of mistakes people make is not leaving their social media the same. I've met people who would have like ChefSwag06 here, and they'll have Michael Myers over here, and they'll have I'll stab you 2 times over here. You know, silly things like that that make no sense into like trying to intertwine and grow your social media. So that's a really good thing that you have there. Why not to the audience over there? Make sure to have everything the same. It's really important because you never know who might Google you. Just for
it's literally, it makes you so much easier to discover. So much easier.
If you could give another advice, what would it be?
Another little bit of advice about just streaming.
Yes.
Don't play super saturated games. I know they are very fun. Call of Duty is very fun. Apex Legends is very fun. Fortnite, depending on what your view of it is, I don't agree with this, but it can be very fun for a lot of people. There's a lot of really good games out there that are very popular and very fun to play. But I have personally seen the most success as far as growth when I'm playing just smaller, less saturated games. Just like, you know, Gears of War, that's not really that popular of a game. There's not a whole lot of people streaming it, but it makes you more discoverable if you're only like one of 50 people that are streaming it, as opposed to if you're playing Call of Duty and you're one of like 25,000 people that are streaming it. So I would just say find like a smaller game that you love, and try streaming that for a couple nights and see what happens. You might be surprised. Like you could end up getting like 10, 15 follows in one stream, or maybe it's just not that popular of a game to watch, even though, you know, you're having fun playing it, and you try something else. But, you know, mix it up a little bit.
Time to mix it up like G Fuel, just like that.
Mixing it up like G Fuel.
Like G Fuel. Where's my cup? Like G Fuel.
Yeah, there we go. No, I kid you not. I just ordered another collector's box, and I'm getting another shaker bottle.
That's what I meant to ask, man. What is your top 3 favorite G Fuel? Because I was just having a conversation with Sin, and he was telling me that you're really big into it and whatnot. So what is your top 3?
Yes. All right, so top 3 flavors of G Fuel. I'm gonna have to put number 1 is Phaseberry. That is by far my favorite. I don't remember exactly like what is included in a Phaseberry, but I'm pretty sure it's like acai, pomegranates, and I think like raspberry or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's some sort of mixed berry, and I love it a lot. Sour Pixel Potion, which is what I'm enjoying right now. It is basically sour grape, and it is delicious.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds yummy. Oh my God.
It is very yummy. And I was actually at, they unveiled this flavor at TwitchCon at the G Fuel booth. So I was able to pick up a tub of this when they first released it back in September, and I was like, damn, this is good. And I would say number 3, only because I love this candy so much as well, is Ragin' Gummy Fish, which tastes just like Swedish Fish. I kid you not. You blend up Swedish Fish and turn it into a drink. That is what it tastes like. Huh, weird. It's almost as if this man has good taste.
Oh man, I don't know, bro. I don't know. For me, don't get me wrong. It's okay. It's not the worst flavor I've ever had, but I'm a really big fan of Swedish gummy fish. And when I had this, I was a little disappointed because I expected it to taste just like it. So I might have to disagree with you on that one, but it's all right. It's not that bad.
That's all right. If we're gonna do an honorable mention on 4th, I would say Black on Blackberry for sure.
Black on Black. Okay, all right.
Yeah, that one's a good one too.
I asked because I plan to order more G Fuel, and I hear you're the guy to go to for that. So
yes. Just stay away from 2 flavors, because these 2 flavors I personally don't like because I feel like they're too sweet, and that is Rainbow Sherbet. I felt like that just was too. Yeah, it tasted too sugary. And this one also tasted too sugary, and I just recently ordered it, bubblegum.
No, no.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah, don't. Both of them were just too sweet for me.
No. And you got the collector's box for that?
Yes, I did. So I got a little pink shaker bottle.
Oh, Lord. Have you tried any of the recipes that are online for them?
Have I tried any of the recipes? I don't think so, no.
There's some recipes out there that like you could mix with coffee or like milk or something like that would taste better and whatnot rather than water. From what I hear.
I know what you're talking about now. What's funny is I saw a lot of those videos online and they're mixing them with like milk and stuff, and I'm like, what? Like, that seems a little odd to me, but I guess depending on the flavor, it would make sense. I think the next one I'm going to order is going to be the iced coffee flavor because, I mean, I like iced coffee, so I can't imagine that the G Fuel one's going to taste too terrible.
That you have to have with milk, I think.
I would imagine, yeah.
It just sounds like it, you know. Yeah. So I did have one question. It just flew out my head. I don't know what's up with me today, man. I know. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. It's such a good conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is how you want a podcast to be. But
right. And I feel like we don't talk that much, so to actually sit down and have this kind of conversation, it's nice because I feel like we're actually getting to, talk.
yeah. A lot of times our schedules just don't mix, or I'm too busy, or you're too busy, or I'm asleep and you're streaming, or you're asleep and I'm streaming, or it's, your day off and my day on, and et cetera, et cetera. So I totally get that. It's just
the opposite everywhere. Plus, I mean, I feel like we're always playing different games as well. You're always on Ark, I'm always on COD or Gears or something.
I understand. But Ark is life though, bro. It's so much fun.
Man, Look, I watch you guys play Ark all the time. I really do. And you guys look like you're having an absolute blast playing that game. But I have, and I kid you not, zero interest to ever try that game because it just does not look like a game I would have fun with.
I totally get it. Like, I just noticed Tweak has been streaming it a lot as of late. So that's why I would stop by his stream and stuff like that all the time too.
Yeah, one of you guys must have had an influence on that, man, because I saw that too. I'm just like, man, he fell down that hole too, didn't he?
It's such a great game, though. I mean, like, even Wonder Woman plays it, like, and Sid
even Wonder Woman plays it.
Nular, bro. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Got the whole crew, man. I'm trying to get you into it too. What's up? What
Well, you might have to do a little bit more for me if you're trying to get me into this. I'm going to keep this family friendly, but,
Oh, my God.
Call me later.
Question. Okay, personal question, right? What is your thoughts on the Battle Juice? Because I ordered that, and I really want to try it.
You know what's funny? I actually haven't tried the Battle Juice yet. That was one of I know. That's one of the flavors that they had for the taste test at the G Fuel booth at TwitchCon. And I don't know why. I didn't actually try it, though. Like, I tried... What'd they have out for the flavors? They had the Pixel Potion because it just got released. They had Black on Blackberry to try because that's Dr. Disrespect was there, so that would just make sense. Battle Juice was one of the ones that they had to try. Phaseberry was one of the ones they had to try. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I just stopped when I was trying Pixel Potion and Black on Blackberry. Didn't actually try the Battle Juice, but I've heard from multiple people that it is very good. So
good
I'm gonna have to try it.
Good to know. Good to know. I'll make sure to send you some one day in the late
Sounds
future.
good.
Well, not okay. So big dream, right? Big dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your goal as a streamer? Last question, by the way. What is your goal as a streamer, right? To finally have as a big dream and stuff like that, you know, if that makes sense, because my question's all over the place. So
no, that's all good. I would say the obvious goal would be to make it full time and be able to support myself financially by just doing this and being an online entertainer for everybody, bringing a smile to everybody's face, just being the normal energetic goofball that I always am, and just being a positive influence for everybody, because, you know, especially in today's day and age, there is a lot of crap going on. There is a lot of negativity all over social media, and I would just like to be a little bit of a light for people, and they're, you know, a light in the darkness kind of thing, where, you know, maybe somebody's having a bad day, they're having a bad week, having a bad month, and I want them to be able to come to my stream and just laugh at my goofiness, laugh at my silliness, and have a good time doing it, because, I mean, I'm able to laugh at myself all the time, so why shouldn't everybody else?
exactly.
So I would say that, yeah, main goal, other than making it full time, would be just to try and make an impact in people's lives, or as many people's lives as possible.
That's what's up. If you could choose the next guest, who would you want to see within the OP roster?
So I gotta give this man some love, because he just recently did a couple emotes for me, which I still need to upload and get approved. But I think the next guest on this podcast should be King's Court.
King's Court. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll make sure to put that in the Discord to vote for who's next and whatnot. I think he actually gave you a run for your money within the votes of our next guest and whatnot. So I give him that. He probably will be the next one and whatnot. But we're still gonna put people out there for a vote and whatnot, so that way we let the community and people within OP and the whole 9 yards in the mix and whatnot to see who will be the next in the podcast. But brother, we all love you here in OP and whatnot. We wish nothing but the best for you. One more plug before we sign off.
One more plug before we sign off.
One more plug. Where can people find you?
Let me warm up for this one.
Oh my God.
And we're gonna wind up. We're gonna put this baby on upside down. Actually, we're just gonna wear it like this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find me anywhere on social media, all you gotta do is plug it in: twitch.tv/ChefSwag06, youtube.com/ChefSwag06, Instagram.com/ChefSwag06, and last but not least, if you want to see all my stupid tweets that you can do absolutely nothing about, it is Twitter.com/ChefSwag06. You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Oh my God. Thank you for that so much. All links will be down below. Guys, everybody, thank you for joining us here on the Prodigies Lounge podcast, episode 3 with ChefSwag06. Hope to see you guys. Hope to see you guys next time. Y'all have a good one.
Stay safe. Wash your hands.